This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Investing involves risk, including loss of capital. Any tools or strategies mentioned do not guarantee profits or future results.
When ChatGPT launched, it changed everything. Artificial intelligence went from a niche technology to a global phenomenon almost overnight. Investors rushed into AI stocks. Nvidia exploded higher. Technology companies began spending billions on AI infrastructure. And a new investment boom was born. But what if that was only phase one? Because, according to some technology analysts, the biggest AI opportunity may not be software at all. It may be robots. Think about it. Right now, AI can answer questions, write reports, generate images, create code, but it still lives inside a screen. The next step is giving artificial intelligence a body, a way to interact with the physical world. And that's where one project is generating enormous interest. Tesla Optimus, Tesla's humanoid robot. Supporters believe it could become one of the most important products the company has ever released. In fact, some analysts are comparing it to the iPhone. That might sound ridiculous at first. After all, the smartphone revolution transformed communication for billions of people. But the argument isn't really about phones. It's about what happens when a technology becomes accessible to the masses. Before the iPhone, smartphones existed. They just weren't mainstream. Then Apple simplified the experience, improved the technology, and created an entirely new ecosystem. The result was one of the biggest technology success stories in history. Now, some investors believe robotics could be approaching a similar moment. The reason is simple. For decades, humanoid robots have faced three major problems. They struggled with dexterity, they struggled with learning, and they struggled with cost-effective mass production. It's one thing to build a robot in a laboratory. It's another thing entirely to manufacture millions of them at a reasonable cost. That's where Tesla enters the picture. The company already has experience producing complex machines at scale. It has extensive expertise in artificial intelligence. And perhaps most importantly, it has access to enormous amounts of real-world data. Supporters argue that these advantages could help Tesla solve problems that have limited robotics for years. If that happens, the implications could be massive. Imagine robots working in warehouses, factories, distribution centers, construction sites, retail operations, healthcare facilities, and eventually even homes. The addressable market becomes enormous. And that's why some analysts believe physical AI could eventually rival or even exceed the economic impact of software-based AI. But here's where the investment story gets interesting. During major technology revolutions, the biggest winners aren't always the most obvious companies. During the smartphone boom, many suppliers, component manufacturers, and ecosystem businesses generated enormous returns alongside the major brands. The same thing could happen with robotics. Because building an entire robotics ecosystem requires much more than robots. You need sensors, radar systems, AI chips, software platforms, autonomous navigation systems, machine vision technology, manufacturing infrastructure, and countless supporting technologies. One investor who has been focusing heavily on this idea is Matt Monaco. Monaco believes the biggest opportunities may not come directly from Tesla itself. Instead, he focuses on smaller companies connected to the robotics supply chain. Businesses involved in warehouse automation, military drones, autonomous systems, robot software, advanced sensors, and other technologies that could benefit if humanoid robots become mainstream. His argument is straightforward. When a major trend emerges, smaller companies often have more room for growth than already established giants. Of course, they also come with significantly more risk. Many small-cap technology companies never achieve widespread adoption. Some fail entirely. And even promising technologies can take much longer to develop than investors expect. That's why this type of investing tends to appeal to aggressive growth investors rather than conservative income-focused investors. Monaco packages this research inside the Matt Monaco letter, where he focuses on emerging trends, small-cap technology stocks, and speculative growth opportunities. The service currently centers on what he calls Elon's iPhone thesis, the idea that Tesla Optimus could become the catalyst that pushes robotics into its next major phase. Whether that prediction turns out to be correct remains to be seen. Humanoid robotics still faces enormous technical, economic, and regulatory challenges. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Artificial intelligence is rapidly moving beyond simple chatbots and software applications.